Yes, hello, Lou.
How are you?
Good. How are you today, man?
Very well, thanks.
Good,
We solved
good.
that mystery, huh?
I know. I actually had a wrong number in the email, so good thing Lisa called me up and we're able to touch base right now.
Yes, yes.
Well, it's been probably, I don't know, I'm going to say a good, I think it's 3 months since you were down here with the Rock Pack here at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. And what a great show, a great lineup. You sounded fantastic, and
Thank you. That's
everybody
a
had
lot
a
of fun to do,
blast.
I got to tell you. The musicians are great, the guest singers are great, and it's a lot of camaraderie. It's just a ton of fun.
Well, coming up, we have the Riptide Music Festival on Sunday, December 3rd, right here on beautiful Fort Lauderdale Beach. And of course, this
Ooh,
time of year, the weather is unbelievable right now. We're about 76 degrees and sunny.
that's perfect. That is the perfect temp.
Absolutely. And I mean, and the lineup, of course, on this show is amazing. I mean, we have Casey and the Sunshine Band, Boys to Men, Loverboy, Salt and Pepper, Tito Puente Jr., Morris Day and the
Nice.
Times, Shannon, local band, Mr. Nice Guy, and of course the band Lime, and what everybody's looking forward to, of course, is the unbelievable Lou Gramm, the voice of Foreigner.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. I can guarantee that.
Oh, most definitely. Now, looking back, when you were younger, when did you know that you wanted to make music for a living?
I think when I saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan.
Oh, wonderful. Speaking of the Beatles, actually, Ringo Starr is going to be in our neighborhood this evening, and I'm going to go give him a check out.
Nice. Who's in his band this year?
Oh God, man, it's kind of the same that's been the last 2 years. Todd Rundgren, Greg Rowley.
Randy
Um,
Randy Bachman.
no, not Randy. Ooh, I don't have that before me. Greg
It's all right.
Bissonette, I
Hey,
believe, as well. It's been the same lineup for the last 2 years, but they gel
yeah,
so
yeah.
well together. Why not keep rolling
Yeah,
with
they're
it?
always very good. Very, very good.
Yeah. Now, besides the Beatles back then, who were the bands or artists that you listened to or that inspired you musically?
I like the Animals. I like the Kinks. The Stones. They were all good in their own way. The Zombies were terrific. It was just everybody was so different from each other. It wasn't a specific genre. It was just a difference in creativity. That's all. They
Yeah,
were all great songs. You know,
definitely.
and it was all brand new to us.
Sure. Wouldn't you like to go back and listen to that music for the first time again?
I would. I would. I
I
remember
mean,
how thrilled I was.
I'm 47. My wife is 32, and there's just some music that she hasn't heard yet, and it's like I play it for her, and she's amazed, and it would be just so great to go back and hear this great music again.
In its day.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and it's
Yes.
yes, yeah, it's a big difference. Now, before starting out as a vocalist, you started out as a drummer. Do you still dabble in the drums a little bit?
Every once in a while. I've got a set downstairs, and if I'm so inclined, I'll hop on it for 25, 30 minutes.
Oh, good. Now, as a drummer, are you self-taught or did you take lessons?
No, I took lessons, and I was I had a set of drums, but I was also a concert drummer. I was played drums in my high school marching band.
And didn't you audition for the Eastman School of Music as well?
Yes, I did.
Nice. See, I do my homework, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, of course, speaking of instruments, your voice is probably your biggest instrument. What do you do, if anything, to maintain your vocals while you're on tour, or maybe even when you're just at home relaxing?
Well, no smoking, no drinking. Uh, you know, uh, Certain vocal exercises to keep it limber,
Hmm.
and just in general, taking care of myself,
Hmm.
which ultimately takes care of my throat too.
Here's an interesting question I always wanted to know. Now, you perform in a lot of indoor venues, and you do a lot, you do your outdoor festivals. Does the indoor-outdoor thing make a difference as well on your vocals?
Um, Not really.
No.
Not really. I like the outdoor festivals myself, uh, I mean, I've played some unbelievable indoor concert halls, and they all have their strengths and their own atmosphere. So it keeps life interesting when you switch off. You know.
Hmm. Now, how does it feel that you did a few shows here and there with Mick and Foreigner? How was it great to get back on the stage with those guys after so long?
Well, it was great to get back on stage with the original Foreigner.
Yeah.
And we played about 6 or 7 songs. That was a lot of fun. And Mick, of course, played with us.
Yeah.
And then the two bands, the Foreigner of today and the original Foreigner, actually played a few songs together, and that was also fun. And they're really nice guys and good musicians. And we had a lot of fun, and we're going to do some more, I think.
Good, good. What was the first show? Was it the Jones Beach show that you guys did together?
Yes, it was. Yep.
It was unbelievable, man. I wish I was there.
Well, now you can be there if we're somewhere close by, you know.
I tell you what, that's to me that's like a once in a lifetime opportunity. So wherever it is, I'm gonna fly there. Trust me.
Excellent. Keep on their page, and I'm sure they'll start posting shows as they come in. You know.
Yeah, I talk with JY every now and then, so I'm sure he'll keep me in the loop as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So any new projects coming out? Any new songs? Anything new?
Not really. I'm just putzing around in my studio, getting together with the guys in my band every now and then, and I think there's some good ideas floating around. It's just not sure what to do with them. You know, after you record them, there's really not a lot that you can do. Just I guess, put them to be downloaded.
Yeah.
That's about the extent of it.
Now, this past weekend, we did a thing here in South Florida called Rockfest 80s. It was a 2-day outdoor festival. They brought people like Cheap Trick and Joan Jett and all these great bands. Fabulous.
Nice. That sounds great.
Oh, fabulous idea, but, the turnout was a bit low from last year. And,
Really?
Oh, yeah, it was very sparse.
Who was headlining?
Let's see. We had Joan Jett. We had Cheap Trick. Leonard Skinner was slated for the Sunday spot, but one of the band members ended up in the ICU with an undisclosed abdominal issue. So of course, that particular band has been touring for so long. They're family. So when one goes down, they all stick together. So within an hour and a half of that announcement, they actually managed to wrangle 38 Special to take their spot. So, I mean, we're talking great bands, Jack Russell's Great White and Quiet Riot and stuff, a really good mix. But the buzz that was floating around was that maybe because Las Vegas wasn't too far behind us yet, and a lot of people might be afraid to come out to these outdoor venues. And of course...
Oh, I see what you're saying. You know what? I bet you that plays into it more than we think.
Yeah, and of course we have the Riptide Music Festival coming up, which is... thousands upon thousands of people on this beach. And of course, with this interview that we're doing with you, we're also going to put an angle around the story that, you know what? These are fantastic events to go to. Security is very good. And, if we continue not to show up to these kind of festivals, these people that are doing these awful things in this country are actually winning, because they're instilling some kind of fear in us. Do you, since the Manchester, bombing and the Las Vegas incident, do you approach shows any differently?
I don't. I just like to like my management to make sure that there's extra security and people whose job it is to look around to see if there's anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of people get a little upset about security because it takes longer to get in the venue and you have to empty your bags and your pockets and stuff. But of course, it's not only for the benefit of the artist, but it's also for the benefit of the public themselves. So I think they need a little more tolerance when when going to these events to see that in
Yeah.
the long run.
What's the alternative? No
Yeah,
more shows.
exactly, exactly. So, so what's next for you down the road? More tour date? I mean, you tour a lot, you know.
Yeah. I've been doing weekends for the last few years, and that's kind of nice. You know, you leave Thursday, you play Friday, Saturday, you come home Sunday.
Hmm. Awesome,
So
awesome.
I think we're going to be doing more of those. Then there's going to be the foreigner shows, and I don't know how many of those we're going to do into what month, or I suppose it depends on the reception of the audience. You know.
Yes.
So I think everything is kind of poised for a fun and interesting summer, and let's see what happens.
Awesome. Well, Lou, I want to thank you again so much for taking time out of your schedule to talk with rockbandreviews.com again. We're going to get this turned around as soon as possible. I'll text you a link to it so you can look at it. I'll also send it to Lisa, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks here on the sunny Fort Lauderdale Beach at Riptide Music
Boy,
Festival.
that sounds so good. I'll tell you, I'm going to try and stay an extra day or two.
Oh, that would be fantastic. We got an extra room here, so.
Excellent.
All right. Hopefully we'll
Put my
see.
name on it.
Oh, absolutely. And hopefully we'll see you backstage. We'll say hey again.
All right, you got it.
All right, buddy. Take care. Safe travels to you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.